Kanye West's stemplayer sold over $1.3 million in units on the day Donda 2 was announced to be released on there. But how did this happen? Donda 2 has been rumored since early January, and later that month we were met with this on Instagram. A burning house with the date 2/22/22, or February 22nd, 2022. This was set to be the release of the sequel to his latest project Donda, but it wasn't that simple. If you've somehow been under a rock for the past year, Kanye's most recent record went through a saga of false releases, live shows, and leaks, but ended up releasing Sunday morning, August 29th, 2021. Not exactly what fans had expected, as it was thought to be released in June 2020 and then in July 2021. Nonetheless, it was a great record, although it lacked an album cover, features weren't credited, and of course there was a 32-song track list. But honestly, it was a great album. Before we continue, my name's Henry, aka The Henster, and I make music-based content on this channel. Subscribe if you're still watching the video, because YouTube says only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. Alright, let's get on with the video. Late in 2021, he released a device called the Donda stem player, a speaker that could play and extract stems from songs off of his albums Donda and Jesus is King, as well as any song you wanted to download onto it. It was a pretty cool product, but it was also pretty niche, and it didn't appeal to a wide audience, especially with a $200 price tag. Fast forward a few months, Kanye starts getting more active on Instagram, ranting in all caps, deleting posts frequently, and who can forget this wonderful post? All this was getting fans worried about the release of Donda 2, but he assured us it was coming with the announcement of a Donda 2 live show the day it was going to release. This was all set to be streamed in IMAX theaters. Later in January, he released the Spotfiy single Easy with the Game, and in February he released the hard-hitting New York anthem City of Gods featuring Alicia Keys and Fabio Foreign. So now, as more people than ever were confident on the album's release, Kanye announced that it would only go to the Donda stem player, meaning you could only listen to it if you had one of these things. I know, quite the curveball. He did this knowing streaming services take a massive cut on artists' pays, and give the artist little to nothing for amounting millions of streams. And Kanye might have made a good move here, considering the day he announced it was going to the stem player, he sold $1.3 million worth of stem players, which is approximately 6,103 stem players sold. And that's in one day. So now it was time for the album's release. The morning of February 22nd, I woke up, loaded my computer, went to stemplayer.com, and what do you know, Donda 2 was nowhere to be found. So after troubleshooting for a little, I realized I wasn't the only one having this problem. It seemed Donda 2 hadn't dropped. Now this was somewhat expected, but for people only purchasing the stem player to listen to the album, I'm sure this was pretty disappointing. But that night, things changed. The Donda live show happened and me and my friend watched it together. Kanye previewed so many new songs from the album and there were so many insane features. We saw appearances from Baby Keem, Migos, Future, Travis Scott, Vory, Toliver, Soulja Boy, Jack Harlow, and even X. But there was one problem with the live show: the audio. Towards the end of the show, the audio got pretty messed up. Kanye dropped his mic and didn't rap during his parts, and the beats got sped off so many artists were off beat. In the end, the show was pretty solid, although it had some flaws. But the album still didn't drop. But the next day he released 4 tracks on the stem player: Broken Road, Pablo, We Did It Kid, and Security. And they're pretty great. Broken Road features Toliver and was a really good way to kick off the live show. Pablo was pretty interesting with a really solid verse from Future and some great Travis Scott ad-libs. We Did It Kid features some of Baby Keem's best vocals, a super uplifting beat, and some great work by the Migos. And Kanye really brought it home on this one. Might have been my favorite track off the record. Security had a nice vibe and the beat was pretty cool. Wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy it. But last night, February 24th, we got the full album of Donda 2 on stemplayer.com. 2 days late, but it's better than nothing. Every track was there in its full entirety, except for one, Mr. Miyagi. This track was left off for unknown reasons, but it was replaced by Keep It Burning, which features Future. Listening to the album all the way through definitely shows its versatility, but I wish it was on a streaming service. Luckily, you can find it on SoundCloud though. I'll link it in the description if you want to listen. But in conclusion, Donda 2 had one of the weirdest rollouts for an album I've ever seen. That's Kanye for you. And if you've listened to it, comment down below your favorite track. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Give me some hope to be holding on. Gucci up out of Louis Vuitton. Get you whatever you want. Dangerous waters we're rolling on. Give me a boat to be floating on. Give me a grip and I'll give you a ton. I need some hope to be holding on. Yeah, I need some help right now. Money in my head, not my hands right now.